Nobody saw any of those issues. I got all the overlays correct. They were perfect. And now we're going to get going. It's been a while, guys, but we're back in the National Cup. We're going to have Team Sweden going up against Team Romania. Best of 3. Winner goes on to face Team Russia in the semi-finals or round of 4 winners bracket, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it because everyone calls them something different. Mikelorus is going to be the only caster for today. But again, it's been a while since I've touched the National Cup. It's kind of been progressing slowly. To give you context, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to end in October. So yeah, there's that. But here we are in November, almost December, and we're going to have another game. Both these two teams pretty evenly matched, I would say, though Team Sweden has been doing really well so far. They've been tearing everyone up. They do have a stand-in. I'm not really sure exactly who this 5 character is, but for the most part, Sweden team is Lemon Dogs, if you prefer that. Romania, I think they used to be playing under XPC Romania. Probably not so much anymore. I don't think they're together any longer, but still they are, a decent team in their own right. The only problem is that they're going up against Sweden. And you would expect among the teams that are still in this, the real teams, the teams that actually play together in tournaments all around Europe, all around the world even, would have some sort of significant edge aside from, just raw brute force skill, which is also going to carry you pretty darn far. But I don't really think there's any real brute force skill involved here, at least no decisive advantage going either way. We'll see as we are progressing very slowly through this first draft phase. Doom, Night Stalker, Shadow Fiend, and well, I'm pretty sure Io is going to be mixed in somewhere in this pool. It's a Winter Wyvern instead to be banned out. Tusk, probably the safest first pick you can make pretty much ever. I wouldn't be surprised to see any team go for that first. It is really just the, I guess, mutually agreed upon great first pick hero. Regions be damned. You could, I guess, make the same argument for Io to a lesser extent, because China, they're not really huge in the Io. But yeah, it should be just a Tusk. You can go for like a Queen of Pain opener here, or an Undying if you really want to get that going. Yeah, but for Sweden, they aren't really a particularly aggressive team, not a particularly defensive team, at least not from what I've seen from them. And it's been a long time since I've seen Lemon Dogs play, so it's forgive my ignorance. I don't recall them being super cheesy or anything like that, so there's that. But it's gonna be a Wind Ranger actually, first pick for the Swedish side. Pretty interesting opening. I mean, she's not a bad hero, far from it, but usually you can at least get her second. Getting her first means that your mid matchup, at least the one that Romania can prepare for, is pretty darn clear. It can be a Wind Ranger, and it is very difficult to shut down a Wind Ranger. Probably Queen of Pain is the best bet for Team Romania, although going for a Templar Assassin, not out of the question either. This is placing a lot of high priority on a hero that is, I mean, her role is somewhat replaceable. Like Wind Ranger, Queen of Pain, TA, they all about do the same thing as far as how they control their lane, how they can recover through stack farming, how they can just keep the tempo up in the mid game. So it's a very replaceable hero. Yeah, swap those two around. I think I'm on board for Team Sweden. Tusk pick first into Wind Ranger. Sure, that's what happened. Team Romania, though, they're going to grab a Slardar and a Darkseer. So, of course, these two heroes work very well together. I don't really know if you can count Vacuum into Crush as a real big wombo combo. In fact, that very rarely happens. When it does, oh boy, that's going to hurt a hell of a lot. What they can do is dual lane Slardar Darkseer. It's not exactly the best, in my opinion, but it is something that can catch opponents off guard, and you can get some pretty nice cheese kills. You wouldn't expect it to stay that way for the entirety of the laning phase, but outside of that, these two heroes just really adept at chasing. Even though Tusk, Wind Ranger, both those two heroes have quite a few tools at keeping themselves alive and out of harm's way. The Romania side, once they get a hold of you, if the Slaughter has an Ion Shell, you're probably going to die, no questions asked. Again, maybe Snowball question asked, maybe Shackle Shot question is asked. But still, it's a lot of threat here for the opening to Romania, Team Romania heroes. Now, there's a lot of threat here on the Swedish side as well, just not quite as potent, especially since they most likely will play pretty separately. I mean, Tusk doesn't really combo with too many heroes. Like, there are Dazzle combos, and there are Omni Knight combos. Really cheesy things you can do with the Tusk Snowball. Even Tusk Slaughter is pretty good. But Darkseer and Slaughter, they pretty much just combo with everything, especially this Bane that we're seeing banned out. Dazzle is still in the pool, and I wouldn't mind seeing, honestly, either side pick up that hero right now. Again, you get the Tusk Dazzle combo, you get the Dazzle, potentially block a little bit of harassment going towards that Wind Ranger in the mid lane. But for Team Romania, I mean, if they don't want to do the Slaughter Darkseer kind of cheesy dual off lane, Slaughter Dazzle +1, really anyone with the primary disable like a Rubik or something like that, a Lion, honestly doesn't matter as long as they have that disable, then you can get some very easy kills on what I'm assuming is going to be an off-lane Tusk for right now. Of course, that's not guaranteed, but it is certainly a very, very large possibility of that being so. Queen of Pain is going to take the ban out, as well as the Bane Witch Doctor. Again, the mid matchup is usually going to be pretty fine for the Wind Ranger. I'm expecting Team Romania to try to grab the Templar Assassin at this point. Not really for minus armor reasons, more for matchup reasons versus the Wind Ranger. You can always go into a little bit of a cheesier pool, grab an Invoker or something like that. And man, would I love to see that, but it's not really super common, so I don't know how much I can place my faith in that hero seeing the light of day. Again, Dazzle is still in the pool. Both sides should be placing quite a large premium on that hero. Aside from that, I mean, Romania, once you have a Slaughter, you don't really want to let the game get too late. Unless you have like a Slaughter as an off-lane solo, in which case you can, but you know, Darkseer usually can take that role, so kind of crowded there. If you are going to let it go late, you really need to have someone else, like a Gyrocopter and some other lane, some other capacity to fall back on. Not really sure if it's going to fit into Team Romania's draft right now, but definitely Gyro possibility for the Swedish side. Yeah, but we'll see. So far, again, very, very glacially slow draft. Comboing with the Slardar is, again, pretty easy as long as you have a primary stun. Going into a Tusk, going into like something like a Clockwork even, which is a possibility for Team Sweden. What else could they be going for? I mean, again, it is really Dazzle to be the big one. Getting your mid lane matchup up against this Wind Ranger, a definite possibility. Keeping your options open, though, it's certainly something to be said with that. But how much can you actually keep your options open when you get to the third and fourth pick? Things start to close down at that point. And it's going to be the Dazzle. Yeah, not really so much for the minus armor, although, you know, it is there. And getting that combo off with the Slaughter, if you can land it, that's a devastating one. Team Romania definitely have a lot of burst power within that lane, a lot of physical burst, something that's typically a little bit more difficult to block. And of course, you're also effectively banning out this hero from this Team Swedish side, so they would have loved to have that. Get the Tusk Dazzle combo, roll in onto anyone and blow them up. Yeah, seems like a pretty good way to operate your draft if you're Team Sweden.
Reserve time.
Sweden, what do they want now? I mean, they really don't have that much that's required of them. Like, they have a decent amount of crowd control just with these first two picks. And it's going to be a Disruptor. Just getting that hard counter, hard lane counter to the Darkseer. Not exactly the hardest of counters, but, you know, it is a good hero to have versus a Darkseer. Getting that laning phase all fixed up for Team Sweden. And a Tiny is the pick for Team Romania. Very interesting pick. Now, this may or may not prompt the IO ban from the Team Sweden side again. IO is still in the pool. But having a Tiny, we've seen a couple of different teams do a couple of different things with Tiny. We've seen a couple of teams just put Tiny in the mid lane. I believe it's 4 Clovers that do that a lot. NLG also are pretty prone to doing that, just having Tiny for Tiny's sake. We've seen a couple of support Tinies. They have been mixed results, let's say. What is it? Pylai Die support Tiny in the majors. Yeah, I mean, if you can get the combos to land, sure, why not? It is a little bit clunky here. I mean, you definitely have some follow-up in the Dazzle and the Slardar, sometimes with the Darkseer. And getting pickoffs on the Swedish side, their draft is soft enough so that it is possible to maybe not insta-kill them, but make it so that you can get the kills very easily after the combo lands. This is the third melee hero, however, for Team Romania. And Tiny, Slardar, Darkseer, these are all melee heroes that behave as melee heroes. There's some melee heroes that can behave a little more like ranged heroes in the laning phase. Phantom Assassin comes to mind, melee in quotation marks, but sometimes range, you know, with those daggers.
Dire team ban.
But now for Team Sweden, I mean, they don't exactly know where this Tiny's going. They're going to take the precaution, ban out the IO, but grabbing the Gyrocopter, having the Disruptor already, they have really, really good heroes at punishing a melee-heavy draft. Like, Gyrocopter is just the best. If you can't burst down the Gyrocopter, you're going to be waddling into a Call Down and Rocket Barrage. Oh man, that hurts. Even though you may have Dazzle woven up, even though you may have, you know, the sickest of AoE stun combos with the Darkseer, Tiny, and Slardar, you're walking into an absolute death trap. Not to mention Disruptor. And then we have a Timbersaw from Team Romania. This is going to be a Massacre Timbersaw. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Like, all the way back in BBC days. Jeez. I think that was the last time I saw it. Definitely in his comfort zone, however, 4th melee hero. This is going to be a brawling comp for Team Romania if I ever did see one. I guess the tiny pickup was essentially a trap for Team Sweden to ban out that IO, because I'm pretty sure Sweden didn't see this Timbersaw coming.
10 seconds
Mostly because Timbersaw isn't really well positioned up against the Swedish trap. Like, I love me some Timbersaw. I hate playing him. I'm terrible at the hero. God awful. Although, just by watching people play it, I did get a lot better. So yeah, you don't have to play Dota to get better, guys. You just have to watch people. That's how it works. Timbersaw, you really don't want to be going up against the Disruptor, first of all. You want to be going up against large, bulky heroes, like Timbersaw up against the Tiny and the Slardar. And actually, Timbersaw versus Timbersaw is a good matchup for Timbersaw, if you know what I mean. Like, that type of hero that has a large health pool, that is strength, ideally. Those are the heroes you want to be going up against. And sure, pure damage is always going to be pure damage, especially, I mean, you can get on top of a Disruptor, he's not going to last that long. But the responses here to the Timbersaw are very plentiful here for the Swedish side. Now, they may just be a little bit surprised by this, why they're going to bring their reserve time down to 1 second to make this pick. It's going to be a Beastmaster, even more disable for the Team Sweden side. And it's going to be, yeah, not really the best game to beat a Timbersaw. This overarching strategy for Team Romania is, I don't really know if you can call it a strategy. Like, it's more just like cause havoc, watch things burn, and then skirmish all day. Is that a strategy? I'm not really sure if it is. But yeah, for Team Sweden, it's a little bit more of a tempo-based game. They have the Wind Ranger. Most likely she's going to send her mid, get Gyrocopter a little bit of farm, get the Beastmaster to his roar, and then try to be on the responsive. Because it is going to be, kind of has to be, Team Romania always asserting themselves, always looking for those kills first. If they let this game drag out, Timbersaw, Tiny, they're powerhouses, but given their comp, I'm not really sure if they can get enough farm up against the, I would say, overall stronger lanes of Team Sweden. There we go. Let's get that going. Beautiful overlays. Didn't mess that one up. Oh, Team Sweden. Okay, I'm pretty sure people... Yeah, I mean, Team Sweden, I guess, don't have a flag. I can get a flag for them, but, you know, if you guys see RO, which clearly doesn't mean Sweden on the left side, so you guys can figure out who's who. But again, they just want to get farm, and they are going to have, I would say, for Team Sweden, overall, stronger lanes. So it is up to Romania to start things and finish things, and by finish things, I mean get so overwhelmingly bulky, get their Blink Daggers, get their burst up, and then you just try to get those pickoffs, get those towers, and then win the game. Non-stop action from them. But for Team Romania, they're going to put Synergy. Be leading the charge on the Darkseer. Razevan is on the Dazzle. Massacre on his trademarked Timbersaw. I got Keanu on the Tiny Illusionist, is on the Slaughter. They're setting up for maybe a trap. This is, again, the type of gameplay that Romania want to play. The very ambushy type burst lineup. For Team Sweden, Krilly is going to be on the Gyrocopter again. I'm not really too sure who 5 is, but he's on the Wind Ranger. Frigolit's on the Disruptor. Steph Styles on the Tusk, and over towards bottom lane, it's Eris Loco's Beastmaster with a sick-ass helmet. That looks pretty darn cool. Yeah, Romania not going to find anyone just yet. No wards going to be placed either. It's most likely just going to be dissolving into their lanes. And it seems like Massacre is going to be taking this Timbersaw in the solo safe lane capacity. Is this a... Well, I mean, Illusionist does have kind of a farming-based build. Is this a jungling Darkseer? What is going on here? It looks like it's going to be a dual lane Slaughter Darkseer. That is going to be the option that they choose to go for. And again, Ion Shell with Sprint and Crush does do a lot of damage. The problem being, you're going up against a Gyrocopter. There's an opening where Krilly, he may or may not get a lot of experience. Going up against this lane with only a Disruptor to help him out. Not really the best at locking down these two very bulky heroes. But once level 3 comes up on this Rocket Barrage, then the aggression for Team Romania gets a lot more difficult. For one thing, they're walking into Rocket Barrage. For another thing, level 3 Rocket Barrage means you're that much closer to level 6, which means Call Down is going to put a brick wall stop to all of this. But Romania, they're going to try to just lock down this top lane as best they can. Once Steph Style comes in, it's going to be a lot harder. There we go. Illusionist going to find a crush onto 2. Ion Shell already up and Freely taking a lot of damage. He's going to put up a field, try to save himself a little bit of it, but still, there's a lot of permanent damage being done to this Disruptor. Those Tangos are going to be eaten through very quickly, and Steph Style can't really do too much here. And as far as savings out, oh, another crush! Landing through the trees. Unfortunately, there is no clean hole here. This is a tight wall between these two trees. Illusionist unable to actually get anything going there. Unfortunately, now for the Slaughter, kind of low on mana. No clarities, I guess, on the Darks here. So it is going to be everyone getting away. But in a full-on defensive tri-lane, that's where Gyrocopter really doesn't want to be. You want him to get levels as fast as he possibly can in this particular lane. And that is just going to be an impossibility. However, they do catch Illusionist right now. He has a crush, but he's going to be going up against Field. He's going to be going up against level 1 Rocket Barrage. He's going to land a nice 3-man crush, however. That was a really long-range crush into Krilly. There is still Orb of Venom here for Steph Style, and he just needs to land a couple of hits on this Slaughter. There is one. 264 movement speed is vastly outmatched by now. The Gyrocopter buzzing his guns down. Illusionist is going to try to juke. He's definitely going to fall here. And the only question is, how much time can he buy for his allies? Looks like not that much, as Krilly's going to draw first blood, shooting him down. That's going to be first blood for the Gyrocopter. Not exactly the start that Romania wanted. I mean, giving first blood to the Gyrocopter, not the end of the world. Definitely here that would like the gold, but not something like a Queen of Pain who just trounce you for the rest of the game for that small mistake. But still, this lane on the top lane for Romania is supposed to be the aggressive one. They're supposed to be the ones asserting and getting these kills. Taking a quick look now at the other lanes. 5 going up against Kiano. Tiny versus Wind Ranger. Not the best for this. Tiny's going to be taking some chip damage, especially with the double damage from the Wind Ranger's bottle. Going to be vastly outranged, vastly outdamaged. But that's fine enough. Oh, Synergy. A little bit of trouble perhaps. He's going to surge. That's a tight wall. Going to kind of panic a little bit. Field does go up. Where's the Gyrocopter? He's coming in, but runs right into Illusionist's crush. Still, Synergy is going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Going to put up another Ion Shell. That's not going to save him versus the Gyrocopter. Rocket Barrage claiming its second victim in this game. Now 2-0 for Team Sweden, as they are effectively locking down this lane in a big way. Almost to the point where Romania might want to scrap the lane, but how can they scrap it? Most likely Darks here going now towards the jungle. Not exactly what you want to be doing, as they're going to actually get into another fight. This time Snowball and Shards both available. Nice crush again. However, the Snowball is going to dodge it for Steph Style. Now Illusion is taking a lot of damage. Glimpse back. Short, yes, but is going to be enough to get the kill. Krilly's going to grab a triple after all said and done. Now into Synergy. They're going to try to go Rocket Barrage, Thunderstrike. Krilly with a double kill, 4 kills total. That's Phase Boots, and that's the end of the lane officially. There is no longer a situation where the Slaughter and the Darkseer can get the kill on the Gyrocopter, assuming the Gyrocopter has Disruptor or Tusk with him. Phase Boots are just too strong when you get them this fast. So now for Romania, they have to dissolve this. They have to switch their plans. Again, can I quickly go over these other lanes, Romania? Can you please stop dying on top lane so I can do that? Again, 5's doing perfectly fine versus Kiano, but Kiano, he doesn't have any stacks going. Even if he doesn't, not a big deal. He can still get a couple of burst kills once he gets his Blink Dagger. Bottom lane, Eris Loco having kind of rough time up against Massacre, as you would expect in the Timbersaw versus Melee Strength Hero assignment. Timbersaw, especially on the safe lane, is so difficult to dislodge, and Beastmaster doesn't really have any great tools at dealing with them. The chip damage from Beastmaster is from the boar, which doesn't do a lot of damage in and of itself, especially when you're going up against reactive armor. Usually you end up healing Massacre a little bit more than you're hurting him, especially since boar, you know, level 2, I guess, at this point, now level 3. So Massacre isn't really going to be harassed by anything, and if he is harassed, he has Tangos, he's got Mangoes, and any other things that rhyme. He's going to be just fine in this lane. Not much that Team Sweden can do for this Timbersaw. Now that being said, having a Timbersaw getting free farm, though it is a very suspicious there. Oh, there's poor man's Blink Dagger, there's the crush onto 5, there is an Avalanche as well, no Snowball in time. Wind Ranger is going to be on the receiving end of a sick combo. Kiano trapped in the shards, going to take a lot of damage from these creeps. Will find his way through somehow. That looked like a tight wall, but I guess not. And he'll slip away. Again, poor man's Blink Dagger. These are some combos that you can do whenever you have this kind of more supporty-oriented Slaughter. Looks like he's going to leave the lane to the Darkseer. And get that very easy kill on the Wind Ranger. Much needed kill for Team Romania getting themselves on the board. They need this Timbersaw to do some very heavy lifting, however. Not going to be happening until I feel he gets, you know, a couple more items up, at least like level 7. Ideally, you want to be more level 10, level 11 when you really want to be busting out the Timbersaw's action. But as long as Illusionist and Keanu are right next to each other, tossing him into the Wind Ranger, it's a substantial threat. Although Avalanche toss, and Avalanche toss back, in fact, into the Crush. Sick combos from Team Romania. This time, though, not going to happen. A long Shackle Shot going to lash Illusionist and Keanu. The problem is that was only level 1 Shackle. Power Shot through. And Illusionist dropping very low. Here comes Van. Snowball into Illusionist. He's going to get healed up. Couple more Focus Fire Shots. Not quite going to do it. Shards will do it, however. And Tusk will get the kill. Not without dying himself. Power Shot through Van. Keanu taking quite a bit of damage from 5. Rotating in that Dazzle, though, only for a 1-for-1 trade. And it is going to be a trade that Team Sweden are more than okay making. When you commit fewer heroes, yet get just as much, man, that's a great trade to make. Although I would be really scared if I was Team Romania about these Swedish combos. Or if I was Team Sweden about these Romanian combos. Like, Avalanche, toss back, toss in the Slaughter. There's so much shenanigan you can do. Shenaniganry? I don't really know what word I'm looking for, but there's so many wacky things you can do with a Tiny and a Slaughter. That's just a couple of them. This time, however, there's an Observer Ward, so you would expect most of those plays to be kind of out the door at this point. Yeah, but they already got 2 kills for the Tiny, and again, being a little bit behind the Wind Ranger as far as CS is concerned, not a big deal, since you can get those kills, and Wind Ranger can't really get those same kills in the Tiny, unless Tiny really messes up. Keanu's gonna be just fine. I would expect Blink Dagger probably going to be his first item pickup. If he was gonna go for upgraded boots, he'd probably have it already. Get your Blink Dagger up, look to repeat those kills all across the map, and maybe try to get some blood into Quilly, who's again having the hell of a time up on top lane. Missing a couple of CS, I feel. But, you know, up against the Darkseer, kind of understandable. 4 kills definitely gonna kind of balance out the lack of CS, I would say. Steph Style Illusionist going to run into one another. This is something that Illusionist really doesn't want to be doing. Steph Style Shard's going to be walling up the bottom ramp. He's going to be walking right into Frigleet. There's a glimpse here, and he will be in range for it. Where's he going? All the way back into a field, all the way back into a Shackle Shot. This is a super dead fish. Lands a really nice Crush again, but he's spotted with a Thunder Strike. Axes from long range. And a Power Shot if the Axes somehow didn't do it. And it's going to be the Beastmaster to draw that kill. It is a pretty big rotation forced by the Slaughter, but it's a rotation that Team Sweden should be okay making, as long as they don't take that much damage on this bottom tier 1, and they won't. Disruptor's going to get there in time and save it, or at least save it from being really substantially pressured. Not really sure what the plan there was from Slaughter. I guess hanging around this mid lane, try to kill off this Wind Ranger again, perhaps. Clearly we saw how well that worked. 6-2, and so far for Team Romania, they haven't gotten their game plan off, although they're going to try to go Frigleet. Big Timber Chain in, Heal Bomb as well as the Whirling Death. TPs are coming in. It's going to be Curly first, laying down the missiles. Van is going to get buzzed down. Massacre will dodge everything else. Now Keanu's going to arrive. Avalanche, yet no toss. Now he's going to get roared and snowballed. Axes flying through, and Beastmaster's going to draw that kill. Massacre completely tapped out of mana, cannot do anything. Got pings out. Looks like that was just for the Observer Ward. To be a 2-for-1 trade. That's a super deep dive to go for Team Romania. I mean, those are the type of brute force kills that they need to get. Just jump in, annihilate someone, leave. Rinse, repeat forever until you win the game. The only problem is that now they're walking into Call Down, and Call Down up against all these melee heroes. Rocket Barrage now being level 4. Dazzle's level 4, so I mean, it's pretty easy to get those kills. The Gyrocopter. Going for picks like that, nice. However, you kind of have to not target the Disruptor there. It is very nice to take the glimpse off the field, but at the same time, I mean, you're investing so much for here that's perfectly expendable for the Dire side. Carry, is he really going to try to go for Quilly? He lands a really big hit with that Chakram. Chakram's such a balanced steal, guys. It's really just insane. Mascaras can play this pretty aggressively, although the trees, the angle at which he's going to take this, not exactly the best. He has backup incoming as well for Quilly. Got smoke up from Steph Style and Eris Loco. Roar cooldown, 10 seconds. It is going to be going into one of the tank heroes in Timbersaw with backup in the Dazzle. Grave on a Timbersaw is legit. Getting him those couple of seconds to get that Timber Chain off. Really play things cool right now. He's going to try to bait Massacre in. Not really sure if Massacre is going to bite. But here we go. Smoke is going to be broken. They're actually going to go straight towards Van instead. Chakram is going to try to cut off Quilly, but it's not going to save Van. Not in the slightest. That's Dazzle down. Now Massacre, well, he's going to be just fine. That was Roar committed as well. I don't think that was completely necessary, but, you know, you don't want to risk it when you're going up against Timbersaw. Get the kill, get out. It's going to be a very, very easy kill for the Swedish side. keeping this gyrocopter helped out as best they can. Oh, 5 in a little bit of trouble. Looking for the jukes from the avalanche toss. Does manage to kind of dodge it. Now gets tossed up in the air, however. Fields goes up. 5 is getting some help with the static storm. It looks like he will slip away. But no more skills are here. Snowball going forward. Power shot onto Keanu. Snowball onto Synergy though. And now Step Style is all alone. They did not target correctly there, and Tusk is going to fall. Yeah, I think even if they all go for the darks here, it's not enough to get the kill. I mean, there's no Walrus Punch up yet. He's almost there, but not really quite. A little bit of a miscue aggression there, and well, I think losing the Tusk is definitely a little bit preferable to losing the Wind Ranger. He was able to slip out of there. Again, almost the perfect jukes. But almost juking successfully means, of course, he failed and probably got comboed. Combo wasn't perfect. I feel like if it was, maybe it would have been enough to kill off this Wind Ranger. Would have been very close, if anything else. And oh, Blink Avatos! That's a dead gyrocopter! Surprise, Sweden! Keanu has a Blink Dagger. Okay, well, that's gonna help out in quite a large way, I would say. Keanu already showing off that he can kill off, I guess, not a full HP gyrocopter, so I guess not a completely fair assessment of his burst power. But Blink Dagger 11 minutes in, as long as he has that magic 240 mark on that mana pool, he'll be able to rotate around and get kills, not completely on everyone, 100-0, but set up for kills on anyone. In the meantime, Synergy getting a free lane up towards top lane. Mechanism coming up pretty quickly for him already. Headdress most of the way towards his buckler already. And the rest of Romania, they're going to start putting the snowball together. Start to be aggressive, and first it's going to be 5. Blink Avatos, that's a dead Wind Ranger with a crush, although, well, no, she's going to win run, not going to quite do it up against that physical wave. Frigolit's going to get a glimpse back onto the tiny Steph Styles here as well. Shard's not quite going to catch him in the static storm properly. Now with the Grave here, Keanu's going to live for a little while longer, but I don't think he can actually slip out of here. They go for Raise Van instead. Roar forced to be used on the tiny, but a kill's a kill. I'm pretty sure they're going to be happy with it, especially with another Shards coming up in just 2 seconds. Call down is here. Missiles will not land to Illusionist. He is tracked up by the Thunderstrike. Gets a long glimpse back into the boar. Illusionist going to try to teleport out of it. That's pretty ambitious. Not going to happen, Slardar. I feel like if he just ran to the south, ran up here, he probably could have lived, or at least would have had a better chance than straight TP. Either way, it's going to be 1-for-2 trade. Oh, maybe not. Synergy. He's been cutting the creep wave, now spotted by Krilly. Don't really know where you're going. Darkseer is going to try to juke it out, and it looks like no mana on the Disruptor, no vision either. Juke successful. Darkseer is going to get away, putting a lot of damage into this top tier 1. Problem is that tower is deniable and most likely will fall to the hands of Team Sweden, denying a lot of that cash away from Team Romania. When you're playing this really scrappy style, you need every single bit of gold you can get. Getting even small items, like for Dazzle, a medallion is going to be at a premium. Even a magic wand, usually it's just like, oh, whatever, he has a magic wand, is going to be a really big asset if you're planning on these chaotic engagements. Not to mention, you know, Bloodstone and the Timber Saw or something along those lines. Mechanism and Darkseer, like, the real big items also help as well. Blink Dagger on Illusionist, that's going to be a huge one. Catching Steph Style. Did he really not see him? Can you not see him there? What? Come on. He definitely didn't see him. See, it looks like there's a straight vision path, but hell, what the hell do I know? Apparently not much, as Tusk don't move. This Slardar's vision is based on movement. Slardar T-Rex confirmed. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. 6-11. I'm not really sure if Team Romania getting off to the start that they really would have wanted. And yeah, they have this Blink Dagger in the tiny. They're gonna have to keep doing it, keeping doing that Avalanche Toss Helmet, getting those kills a lot more than they have been doing if they want to be super comfortable in this game. Their scaling is almost non-existent. I mean, Tiny's scaling is decent, I suppose, but up against Gyrocopter, Wind Ranger, these are heroes you don't want to be going up against Tiny. You want to be going up against the melee heroes, your anti-mages, your slaughters of the world. That's how Tiny makes his bread. Craggy Exterior keeping him pretty much immune up against everything but BKB. They do see Krilly. Frigolit gonna blow smoke. Avalanche toss, not gonna land properly onto Krilly. He will survive. Stick up. Call down now onto Keanu. He's gonna get a little help from Illusionist. Keanu, though, might just get glimpsed back, and he will. Snowball's gonna make a complete 180. That's a dead Tiny. Now Roar onto Raise Van. He overcommitted. Has a Grave, but he's not gonna get it off. Sharks from Steph Style. An easy 2 kill here for the Team Sweden side. Thinking about clearing out these Ancients. Thinking about defending bottom. Either way, should be some large pool of gold going for Team Sweden. Not to mention the fact they already collected a 1,500 gold swing. There's that. Yeah, missing that combo is something that Romania really can't afford with this type of draft. You have to be getting those kills every single time you try it. And fails once, not a really great start. Granted, the Gyrocopter is very tanky right now. He's got the Helm of the Dominator, just got the club, so he's got a little bit of extra bulk on him. Expect S and Y, maybe just a Sange to be completed? No, nothing just yet. You know, but that type of build, just to try to bulk up, try to survive in these fights. And Beastmaster, he's going to go for that Belt of Strength. I wonder what that can be. Oh, no, Snowball into Illusionist. This is not where you want to be, Slaughter. Walrus Punch, almost get 100 to 0 him just with a Tusk by himself, but really, of course, going to swoop in, take the kill. That's yet another one on the Slaughter, and Blink Dagger not going to be coming up anytime soon, let's just say. Now, if Romania do know that Krilly is doing this, they have the amplified damage, they have complete and perfect intel. Problem is that if they try to walk in, that's not going to be the best decision for them, especially since Keanu's going to be the one to walk in right into a Static Storm Roar. Going to keep him in that Static Storm. He's silenced and Focus Fire. Dead Tiny. It's a trap. I mean, they saw him coming. That was hook, line, and sinker. Now they're chasing after Razevan. Do they know that he's there? Seems like they might have an inkling, but they're going to guess wrong. And, well, Krilly in the meantime just happily farming away. Yeah, Team Romania kind of walking into a bad position there. I want to say that for Team Sweden, they could have claimed Roshan. They have the lifesteal and the Gyrocopter. Now they have a Sanj. Very possible to see that. Oh, they catch Razevan, though. Glimpse him out of a TP. And Axes. Well done, Eris Loco. You've sure earned that kill. It was all stat style, guys. But hey, a kill secure is a kill secure. Where is your Necro Book, bro? I want to see it. This is not Necro Book. That's not even yours, Beastmaster. What's going on? Is it Travels first? I feel like a level 2 Necro Book right now would just be backbreaking. No, I don't think you can afford a level 2. You can afford a level 1 Necro Book. That's good too. That won't break as many backs, but it'll break a couple, break a handful. Romania really have to do something to get out of this funk. They need a kill, and they need it very quickly, and it's going to be on to 5 if anyone at all. Blink him right back into the crush, and Windrange is going to sit in the blender. Timbersaw is going to buzz her down. Easy Bloodstone charges for the Timber. That being said, this tower is still defendable as long as there's a Static Storm and a Call Down. And a Dream. That's all they need, Team Sweden, to make this defense. And Team Romania, again, this is where being super melee heavy is going to cost them. Massacre is going to get Thunderstruck. Glimpse available. Frigolite holding onto it for right now. Call Down and the Glimpse. Perfectly timed. Massacre is going to try to leave. However, he doesn't quite get out of the field. He will be fine. Taking a lot of free damage, though. His regeneration is extremely high with that Bloodstone with the reactive armor. Now they have Keanu charging forward, looking for a blink, tossing the Beastmaster back, gets that storm, it's a little bit too late. That's Beastmaster down immediately. Back up can keep everyone else safe. Very well played by Team Romania. It's so hard to anticipate those, let alone react to it. The tower is definitely going to fall, and now a Dream, and of course those ultimates not quite going to be enough. Need a little bit more than a Dream at this point to defend that tower, but it's just a tier 1 tower. For Team Sweden, yeah, it kind of sucks that they lost the Beastmaster there, but it's definitely not something they can't bounce back from. Team Romania now getting a slight gold lead, but their draft really needs to be a lot more ahead in gold than they currently are. Team Sweden are just getting this Gyrocopter nuts farm. Wind Ranger also most of the way towards her Aghanim Scepter, and Beastmaster finally has that book completed. Doing some reading. Just light reading right now, only level 1. Romania looking for Krilly one more time. This is something very dangerous that's being done from Team Sweden. They don't really have super great Observer Ward coverage. I mean, it is decent enough, but, you know, smoking into a Gyrocopter like that with an Avalanche Toss combo, getting the Slaughter, maybe a little bit more gold towards his 2100, 2150 Blink Dagger, 2250. That's what you gotta do, and that's what Krilly is kind of baiting right now. He's not going to instantly die to that Avatos combo, but it's still extremely risky to have a Gyrocopter out there in the open by himself. I guess the rest of the allies, though, they're going to see Razevan. Uh-oh, you gotta run, Dazzle, gotta run. Uh-oh, suddenly Glimpse out of nowhere. Razevan's gonna get the Grave on himself, and he has backup around the corner. Static Storm's there, Keanu blinks right into it, axes onto everyone, Roar onto Keanu, power shot through as well. Lots of damage being done, but all being negated now by that mechanism. Here comes the call down, though, onto 2 heroes. Lucius gonna take a lot of damage. Synergy as well, sitting right in the middle of everything. Clearly now House BKB is gonna go to town on the Slaughter. That's 1 down. Synergy has to try to run away. He's gonna run through his own wall. However, the axes will buzz him in the end. Krilly is gonna slip away. Massacre is gonna fall to 5. Gets a double kill. Keanu now on the run is probably going to survive. In the meantime, everyone else chasing after this poor Dazzle Steph style right on his ass, and he's gonna get glimpsed back suddenly no longer on his ass. Eris Loco's on his ass, and 5 is as well with that power shot through from the right. That's a 4-for-0 trade in favor of Team Sweden, and that is what happens, guys. Wait, that wasn't a BKB. I thought that was a BKB for some reason. I guess that was the Whirling Death effect that makes you look a little bit yellower. My bad, guys. I'm completely high apparently, which is something we've already established after the draft, but I suppose you can't be too surprised. Either way, that was the call down. That was the power of call down. That was the power of overfarmed Gyrocopter and Keanu. Oh no, caught by the boar. Can't blink in, can't blink out. Gonna be chased down. Looking for an avalanche toss combo in response. Gets sharded up. However, that does miss. Power shot through. Snowball is there. Shackle shot not gonna connect. Now he already uses blink, and it's actually not gonna take him that far. Steph Style gonna get crushed. There's a toss. Steph Style gonna get cratered by the Slardar. Meantime, Mass Carry sees another target. It's the Beastmaster. Timber chaining across the way. There's no tower here. Eris Loco is going to get the roar out. Glimpse is going to help him out a little bit. Is that going to save him in its entirety? Field goes up, and it looks like Eris Loco will be fine. Albeit barely. Illusionist doesn't quite yet have his Blink Dagger, though. They're going to get the Mud Golems. Oh, look at the Shardlings. They're fighting to the bitter end. Their end will be bitter, however. They get a Tusk. It's fine, I guess, but for Romania, they need a lot more. They need to start taking some more towers and winning some overall team fights. Taking this tower is a possibility right now for Romania's side. Their tower damage isn't extremely high, but looks like there's no response for Team Sweden, at least not in any position just yet. Although they do have a call down, they have a Static Storm, and you bet they have a Dream. Tower not fortifiable any longer, and it seems like Team Sweden can't get here in time. It will be a tower desperately needed for Team Romania, especially the Slaughter. Once he gets his Blink Dagger, being able to triple blink in, I guess double blink in, and Timber Chain in, man, that's good enough. Being able to get in the face of the enemies and lock them down, take a couple of kills. If they take one hero down right off the bat, they're going to be golden. But it is very possible to see them take down 2 heroes immediately, especially with another Blink Dagger on Synergy. Taking 2 heroes off the bat right now for Romania, and that's pretty much a one fight. Wow, that was kind of unnecessary, Keanu. I don't think that Satyr deserved it. Now, if they are unable to do that, if they walk into a Static Storm or something like that, or if they're the ones to get initiated upon, then for Romania, they've spent a hell of a lot of gold on Blink Daggers, which is nice, but when you can't actually use your Blink Daggers, that's 2,000 gold apiece. That is pretty much gold down the drain. Problem with going for these Blink Daggers, it makes you very explosive, but at the same time, if you can't actually light that fuse, you're just going to die. How about that analogy? Huh? I know, guys, I know. Bottom lane tier 1 gonna be slow siege here by the Swedish side, and it looks like much like how Romania got away with free tier 2. There's nothing that Romania are gonna want to do to protect this. Nothing they can do. Tower destroyed. Gyrocopter gonna get even more cash. That's his BKB coming up next, unless he's going to get another Sanjin Yasha. Aghanim Scepter. Probably not. Probably a BKB. I would say, you know, probably get good items before getting bad ones. That's recommended. The rest of Romania are currently not in Swedish vision. Sweden, they're going to move in, smoked up. Something that's very, very dangerous. Although the range creep may lull Romania into a false sense of security, especially Illusionist right now, who just wants his Blink Dagger. That's all he wants in his life. That's not going to happen, though. Snowball in with the Rocket Barrage. This is a dead fish. Five's going to grab a dominating spree. Ooh, are they going to get a Courier on their retreat? That won't be bad at all. Steph Style has shards. Oh, they see the Courier. That's super dead Courier. Kaboom! Walrus Punch in the face. Synergy's gonna blink in. Vacuum Wall onto 2, but immediately the Static Storm does go down. Friggly is taking a lot of damage right now, but he's still surviving for a little while longer. In fact, he's gonna get out of here entirely. Mass Carry's gonna get shackled to a tree. Roar through is gonna get them 3 kills so far. Synergy now the last one to fall. The Disruptor does go down. I don't know how he survived for that long up against that many heroes. Narrowly dodged the Chakram. Did he walk into it in the end? No, he didn't. I think the wall took him out. But hey, it's a Disruptor to fall in exchange for 4, and for Romania, they just got absolutely raffle stomped. I mean, once you're on the run like that with no Slaughter as a stun, you have to have a fantastic wall vacuum, but perhaps more importantly than the wall vacuum is that you have to have some follow-up. That's where you have to have vacuum wall into avalanche toss. That'll win you that fight, or at least give you a chance for Romania. Having no response at all to that vacuum wall, yeah, not going to do it, especially since the Static Storm came out very quickly afterwards, so there was no chance for any sort of response, as much as Romania would have loved to have it. Tiny has an Invis Rune. He's looking for a kill. Unfortunately for him, every target is running a little bit too quickly away. Although, he's going to find a target now. 2 of them, in fact. Steph Style's a viable kill. With Shackle Shot now being used on a creep, have a toss, blink out. Easy kills for Tiny. That's his Aghanims right there. Stylish also. So you not only get the kill points, you get style points. And style points are debatably more important. Yeah, 5 using his Shackle Shot there wouldn't have mattered. No time to respond to. A Tusk was at like 500 HP. He's almost at his Blink Dagger. Slaughter, what are you at? 2400. Pretty sure you can get that Blink Dagger now, Fishman. There we go. That's Blink Dagger number 3 for the Romania side. All we need is Dazzle to grab one, and we have everyone in Romania with full Blink ability, which is now a word, by the way. Oh, wait. Oh, we actually have Mass Carry with this as well. I was just counting Timber Chain as a pseudo Blink, but it seems like, Dazzle, you're slacking. Get your shit together and get a Blink Dagger. Then everyone is going to be happy on Team Romania. Mobility and Initiation abound. That being said, Blink Daggers will not save you all the time as long as Frigolite has Thunderstrike at the ready. I mean, if they're smoked up, he's going to be pressing that Thunderstrike button, mashing it, whoever he could find. Because, of course, Thunderstrike gives you that vision. And they also have the Hawk, so there's that to get the glimpse back. Blink Dagger is very nice at getting in, getting out. The type of gameplay Romania want to execute. But up against the Disruptor and the Beastmaster, not really sure if that's going to fly all the time. Romania have to be a little more assertive with these blinks. Again, the longer you sit on Blink Daggers, the longer you're going to lose that advantage. You spend 2,000 gold on an item that doesn't help you really farm that well. It helps you kill things, doesn't help you survive in the middle of the fight. Gotta get in, get out, rinse, repeat. And Illusionist gonna show himself to Krilley right now. Here comes Mass Carry. He's gonna Timber Chain through, however, right into a call down. Completely misses everything. Sick jukes from Krilley. Look at that. Blink Crush gonna fail. However, vacuum back. Crush now with those BKB from Krilley. He's gonna buzz down Synergy, doing so much damage to Rocket Barrage. Keanu also shackled to a tree. Static Storm is there as well. Raised that in the meantime, being pushed out by Krilley. Unable to get the Grave off. He's gonna get snowballed out of his TP. He's gonna fall as well. Right? He's gonna fall. Where did he go? He's still alive. How is he still alive? Someone kill him off. There we go. And now, Romania, they show their Slaughter. He's gonna blink into the trees. He should be fine, and he will. I think they see him teleporting out, so they're not gonna waste their time looking for him. Yeah, I mean, that's the type of thing that they want to do. Get the kill him, get the pick off on Krilley, and then be on their merry way. Unfortunately for them, kind of running into some errors. And of course, you know, Gyrocopters are BKBs, so what the hell are you gonna do up against that? Blink Crush, Blink Avalanche Toss is great, but it doesn't really do that much up against Magic Immune targets. Pro tips from the pros. And Sweden are playing their slow and steady game. That's all they have to do. Oh, Disruptor. Okay, we're gonna have ourselves some fun. It's an Aghanim Scepter straight build for the Disruptor. Screw Glimmer Cape, screw Force Staff. Those items are for scrubs. Get those Ags. And Aghanim's up against the Romania side. So far, not going to be canceling out anything huge as far as items are concerned. Mechanism is the big one right now. Eventually hoping to cancel out some BKBs. Not sure if that's going to happen anytime soon. They're going to go for a straight tower push over in the mid lane. Keanu does have his Aghanim. Not really going to help him a ton in this situation. It's certainly nice to have, but not really going to be something like a BKB for this type of fight. Especially once the tower dies and everyone else from Sweden is just going to peace out and out of there. Now we're going to try to set up for Roshan, perhaps? I mean, they have the level 2 aura from the Beastmaster. They have Hawks, they have Illusions. As far as Vision is concerned, it doesn't get much better for Team Sweden. But as far as actually taking Roshan is concerned, yeah, they could probably use a little bit more damage. I guess with Wind Ranger and Gyrocopter, they should be fine, but you don't really want to commit the focus fire into Roshan if you're expecting a fight. A little bit awkward there. I feel like they can be doing it. They can be a little bit more assertive if they really wanted to. But they also know that if they walk into there voluntarily, that's a vacuum wall waiting to happen. That's a Blink Ava toss on the 2 or 3 heroes. That's a bad spot to be in if you're Team Sweden. So just gonna play it safe. 4,000 gold lead, 7,500 now for Sweden. And for Romania, they're trying to poke and prod, but I don't really know if there's much they can gain right now. Although, Eris Loco, he's gonna see Illusionist. Is there a roar angle here? Oh, not enough range. Almost enough range. Frigolite almost. Also getting into range for the glimpse. Marginal amounts of tower damage, marginal amounts of split push. For Romania, this game is going to become more and more of a tiny Timbersaw game. Need these heroes to crack into their late game potential. Timbersaw going to go for a BKB, so he's not going to go straight for the damage build in the Octarine or an Aghanim Scepter or anything like that. At least not yet. I was expecting one of those heroes after he is completed. And of course, for Tiny getting an Assault Cuirass, getting those big tiny items. Yes, big tiny items. That's what they're looking for. The problem is that they're not in a position to go for any sort of contest in this Roshan. Again, only the Wind Ranger and Gyrocopter need to be committed. Easy double life for the Gyrocopter. And now it's time for Sweden to possibly play a little bit aggressively. Beastmaster has everything that he wants. Windranger has a fresh BKB now. Clearly not quite as fresh, but still 9 seconds is not too bad at all. And the other items coming up, a gem on the Tusk. I mean, that's not really going to help them straight push necessarily, but it will help them lock down the map. And that's really all Team Sweden want to do with this push. Get the towers if they can. Other than that, just dominate the map and just prevent Romania from getting any of those pickoffs. Prevent them from even feeling comfortable leaving their base. It's going to be gem versus gem right now. But Beastmaster, double true sight. Look at that. We'll be able to see a moonlit shadow Ricky with Shadow Blade. If it comes to it. I would expect the map control to be going more and more towards Team Sweden. Even though both teams do have a gem, it's hard to combat up against a Hawk with a gem. If only you could give the gem to the Hawk. Right? Wouldn't that be broken? Map control going to dry up soon for Team Romania. And at that point, they're very, very much so out of their element. They're still getting an okay amount of farm on Tiny, however, not nearly as fast as the Gyrocopter with Satanic and the Windranger with the BKB. And, you know, another 2,000 gold to boot. Clearly, he's going to be damn hard to kill. Even if he didn't have an Aegis right now, like, Romania have to throw so much towards this Gyrocopter to have a chance at bursting him down. I don't know if they could even do that, actually. 2200 HP is a lot to grind through, especially when their scaling is not that high. I guess Timbersaw has a chance of doing it with the Tiny's help. Amplify damage isn't really a huge tool in this game. I mean, I guess it will be if you have that many melee heroes in the Shadow Wave, then Amplify damage gets a lot better. But other than that, I mean, the Slaughter is mostly just a blinking stun, which isn't bad, it's just not really what you want. That is not the correct score. I'll fix that for you guys in just one sec. I'll do it now. There we go. Efficiency. I didn't miss anything. Yeah, Gyrocopter's damn near unkillable. Everyone else extremely big for Sweden and for you. It's bottom lane tower. Out of all the tier 2s that had to be pushed, bottom lane drew the short straw. Rip bottom lane tower. And Team Romania, they're slightly pushing up towards top. And Keanu's push is pretty darn fast, but he doesn't have an Assault Cuirass, doesn't have really any attack speed except for Power Tread, so he won't even get to the tower and hit it. Or will he? Here we go. Here comes a Tree Branch of Pain. 1 hit. 2 hit. 1 hit only. Glimpse back now. And Tiny, oh, he's going to get snowballed. There are shards and a Walrus Punch available. Call down and Static Storm. Everything in the kitchen sink for Keanu. He's so dead right now. Roar as the last hit. Come on, Erislow. Go. You're better than that. Tiny down with a tower in exchange. That's a nice clean win for Team Sweden and almost a desperation play forced out by Team Sweden from Team Romania. They're not done yet. Aegis still has a little bit of time left. Still is time to go for probably mid. I mean, they're kind of grouping in mid, so I guess my saying that is kind of cheating. But hey, as long as it's a tier 2 tower, as long as it's a tower, then they're going to be fine pushing it. And this map control is now completely gone for Team Romania. They still have their gem, which is, I guess, nice, but yeah, with the Hawk and with just like the 5 mana from Team Sweden, they don't really need that many Observer Wards up, or at least not as many as Team Romania need.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2, focus fired. This is going to drop super quick. Demon Edge item is coming up in Windranger. Most likely going to be a crit.
Radiant's middle
MKB
tower
not needed yet. Not needed yet. But hey, either one. Either doesn't really matter. What bottom line is that Windranger is going to be doing some deeps. And now it's trying to go for all the tier 2 towers. I thought they would get 2. I didn't expect them to get all 3. And okay, thank you, Romania, for drawing exactly your game plan. They're thinking about wrapping around. Here we go. This is a pretty desperate play for Team Romania. If they lose this fight, I dare say there's a chance that they might actually just tap out of this game. But they're going to go for it. It's a little bit slow. It's a little bit cautious as far as how wide this arc is. Where the hell are they going? Are they going to try to catch them on the retreat? It seems like that's the plan. And they're going to be running into Frigolite first. Ooh, this is going to be super delicate. But if Team Romania don't do anything here, they just lost all their tier 2 towers with no response. I believe Team Romania make something happen with this super deep smoke. Observer Ward is going to catch Krilly. He does have a Satanic. Is there enough burst damage here? Krilly is going to get vacuumed back into an avalanche. BKB is up. Satanic is up as well, and he's not going to die just yet. He's going to just go to town with the call down as well. Illusionist going to fall, and Keanu shortly after. Krilly's still alive, of course, and Raise Van, he's going to get beaten down, forced to grave himself. He's going to fall. Mascari going to try to tilt the gyrocopter as best he can, but what can he do? He has a pretty good angle right now for Timurchain. Krilly running circles literally around Mascari, although messes up a little bit. Mascari's going to buzz him down. Frigolete just going to piece on out of there, and we'll get out in time. Now here comes 5 though. Power shots, not going to give him that much intel. So the question of can they burst down the gyrocopter? The answer, of course, is no. They do take him down in the end as Krilly kind of messes up his juking there. But also keep in mind that that was a fight with no Wind Ranger. That was everyone from Romania. Wind Ranger did teleport down to the bottom lane. There were creeps, you know, right here, so you gotta defend that as the Wind Ranger. So for Romania, it's absolutely the picture-perfect initiation on the perfect hero. Just not enough brute force power. They need more items. They need an Assault Cuirass and the Tiny. They need like a Solar Crest and the Dazzle. That Armor Swing may have done it. But even then, I mean, that was Team Sweden not fighting at their full strength, yet putting up a hell of a fight. And now there's a mini crit on 5. Daedalus is going to be very soon completed on her. Sneaky play for Romania for sure, but as far as whether or not that's enough, I'm inclined to say no. They need something if they're going to get back into the driver's seat. Especially this gyrocopter, another 4,700 gold. Get a butterfly or something like that, and you're just unkillable. Probably going to be a butterfly. Oh, they have a blink roar. Did see the Tiny. Looks like they're not going to go for him. I mean, there's no one here. Whoa, okay. Here we go. Krilly going deep. Going deep. For the record, guys, Butterfly on Gyrocopter is for scrubs. You go for Basher because Krilly is a man. And it's definitely not the most frequently seen item on the Gyro. That being said, I do appreciate the reasoning here from Krilly. He knew that in the last fight, he was not going to get burst down. So as far as survivability is concerned, he doesn't need a ton of it. Now, Basher, probably not quite as good as MKB as far as, you know, interrupting the Timbersaw's Timber Chain, stuff like that. This isn't a Basher for the Gyrocopter. This is an Abyssal Blade for him, if that makes any sense to you guys. He wants to just be able to lock down one target and then just buzz him down, knowing that he has enough survivability to do so. He has enough damage to do so. Again, I'm not really sure if this is better or worse than a Butterfly, but I do like the creativity here coming from the Gyrocopter. We'll see if it works. Because, of course, you know, Basher on range heroes, not that great. I guess it is slightly better on Gyrocopter than most other heroes simply because he's kind of a low range hero, so he actually do some damage with it, or he actually land the Overwhelm on it more often than not. On the Abyssal Blade, rather, that is. Not the Basher. So I guess there's that, but this is an interesting response from the Gyrocopter. We've seen, like, bulky Gyrocopters going for Sanjinyasha, Satanic, Scotty at AC. We've seen the Glass Cannon Gyrocopters, Butterfly, MKB. Now we're seeing the Basher Gyrocopter. We just have to find an Agadam's Gyrocopter, and then the checklist will be complete. So far, has not been seen, at least not by me. I guess it also helps him kill Roshan, as if he needs the help. Yeah, Gyrocopter can solo Roshan right now. With an Abyssal Blade, he'll solo it that much easier. Now, Romania almost have their Assault Cuirass up. Aside from that, their item progression, Shiva's BKB, Bloodstone, Travel's Blink on Mascari. It's a lot of bulk on this Timbersaw. He really does need to get that extra damage going, though. As much damage as he does, is really the only one on Team Romania who's actually doing any sort of DPS.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And that double Chakram may just be how Romania win a couple fights. Never underestimate how broken double Chakram really is, guys. It is insane. Unfortunately for Team Sweden, Roshan's not going to respond anytime soon, so they're really just wasting their time right now. Romania not really getting a ton done either, however. Hawk up in the air is going to spot absolutely everybody. Will not see the fact that Mascari just missed the Timber Chain. No one saw that. That didn't happen. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, it's a pretty clear game plan here for Team Sweden. Maybe get the buyback on the Gyrocopter if you can. Needs 1,000 gold. Roshan's gonna respond before then. I don't think you can flash 1,000 gold that quickly. Although if anyone can do it, I guess it's an anti-mage and a gyrocopter, right? Get buyback, get the Abyssal Blade, get Swole. Big item though, Sheepstick on the Darkseer. Did I just glance over that before? I think I did. My bad, Darkseer. A little bit of disrespect. Blink Sheep. That's a way to initiate. Another way to prevent the gyrocopter rather from tapping into that Abyssal Blade, which is now up. Buyback will not be up by the time Roshan is alive. Romania, they will probably see everyone from Team Sweden go into that Roche Pit. The only problem is that the only hero that needs to go into the Roche Pit is Krilly. They're going to smoke up even. And for Romania, if they try to go in, they know that they're most likely going to be spotted by a bird or a boar or something. And if they get picked off beforehand, then there's no chance that they actually can take a fight in that Roche Pit. And it seems like the only person who might get picked off is Illusionist. Uh-oh. Smoking a blow, and Slaughter is going to say, hell no, I'm out of here. Sprint away. Flee. Go straight to the top lane, try to split push. Yeah, this is something that Sweden probably can deal with. They tear through Roshan super quick. Maxed out in the aura right now for Beastmaster. Of course, Krilly's going to take the heavy benefits from that. Top lane is fortified right now. Rainbow TP is coming in. Mass Carry going to set up with a Chakram. Not going to do a ton. Only a handful of heroes actually backed off. It's just 5 and Krilly still in the pit. And if Romania knew that, you would bet they would take a fight 5v3. Easy victory there for Romania, no matter what happens, really. And now the Wind Ranger has a double life. Gyrocopter is pretty much unkillable, so he doesn't even need a double life. And now it's time for Sweden to get right back into the aggressive push train. As far as new items that they can pick up to help out, I mean, nothing from Disruptor. He's already pretty much tapped out, maxed out as far as what he can get realistically soon. 2,200, 1,800 gold. This is not a bad amount of gold in these heroes, but it won't really translate into anything that'll directly help them push high ground, unless they want to get a Vlad's. If anyone's going to get that, I would expect it to be the Beastmaster. But yeah, I mean, that's probably the only item that I would realistically see them getting. Aside from that, time to tend to the top lane as best they can. Maybe Travels upgrade on the Beastmaster, something like that, would help them quite a bit. And then just go for the high ground. It's time to end this charade. Yes, charade. I don't know, I hear people pronouncing it both ways. I'm pretty sure it's officially charade. I'm pretty sure only like swanky, sophisticated people call it charade. But I have no idea. I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna drop it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm talking about relevant things here. Not going for the straight push just yet. Seems like Team Sweden a little bit too cautious, or a little more cautious than I would expect. Looking for some sort of pick off first. Gonna tend to their waves, then finding an angle to make a direct push. The problem is that as fast as they push, Keanu pushes a little bit faster. Any one hero from Team Sweden, that is. So Keanu's gonna shove this one back in. So Romania, they know what's coming. They know that if they get a pick off right now, they can delay the push by a minute or so, minute and a half, depending on who they pick off, what level they are. Travels coming up with the Wind Ranger. I'd love to see Travels on the Beastmaster as well. That'll help them out so much. Leave the Beastmaster up here. Just keep on chucking those wild axes, then teleport back into the mid lane or something like that once they need them. Follow the Trockum and you'll find a Timbersaw. Unfortunately, Timbersaw is too far away. Although, almost in glimpse range. 14:30, and well, the Team Sweden side playing things pretty cautiously with this Aegis. Kind of surprising to see them not just group up in 5-man mid. They're obviously playing things safer. I mean, it's better to be safe than dead. It's not exactly like they're waiting for any items. In fact, the longer they play with this kind of scattered route, like having 5 on this bottom lane by himself, the more danger they put themselves in. Because Romania have shown they can instigate people and then be on their way super quickly. But it looks like 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Time to go, boys. DD rune on the gyrocopter. Okay, well, that's probably the biggest item that he can pick up right now. They're only finding another 146 damage on the floor, you know? Krilly's going to be absolutely dishing right now. And hey, look, lifesteal targets for some reason from the top lane, I think. That's nice of them. Now Krilly's with help of 5 busting through mid tier 3. Krilly's on the front line. 5, of course, has the Aegis. Bottom tower is being pushed in by Keanu, but his Raxes are kind of falling here, and it looks like he'll just sacrifice them. Mid lane completely taken. Can Team Sweden back off successfully and get to the top, get to the bottom lane? 2 TPs going in. Steph Style leaves. Eris Loco leaves as well. Vacuum Blind gonna miss. Frigolite is going to get hexed up, and he will be caught. Power 5 and Krilly are still here. They're gonna turn around and just keep on fighting. Shack shot does not land, although Mascari gonna swing right in. Has BKB up, still taking so much damage. Now the overwhelm from the Abyssal Blade from Krilly. Wall drops right on top of this Gyrocopter, but does he even care? Looking for a bash, and the Mascari won't find it. Unfortunately, the Gyrocopter is unlucky, and Frigolite, in the meantime, well, he's messing with a couple heroes. Keanu and Synergy gonna get shackled together, and with the Rocket Barrage, they'll bring down the big guy. Kill off the Aegis, yeah, but the Aegis is gonna time out soon anyway. Now Illusionist is gonna try to occupy some heroes' time, especially Steph Style. They're just gonna brawl it out. Eris Loco is here, doesn't have a roar. Illusionist is gonna blink out, actually. Tiny is down. Aegis is down as well, but for Team Sweden, they walked in, took Raxes, walked out. Maybe it's time to grab like an Eagle Song or something like that, then go right back in for another lane. No, it's good time to grab an Ultimate Orb, then go right back in. Now, Romania, they need their Tiny if they're going to win a fight. Like, as much damage as the Timbersaw does is in high ground base defense, especially mid lane, he can't really do that much. Oh, blink in, he's going to find a couple. However, Shackle Shot, Illusionist, and Mascari locked together. They do get the Sheep Stick onto 5, but still, he's firing away. They pick off one hero, but they'll lose the Slaughter, and they'll most likely lose Mascari as well. He'll get over to the other edge of that cliff. 5 gonna power shot through. Oh, there's no real way to follow him effectively right now. About to run all the way around. Oh, travels are coming in. Mascari's so far away. Look at all the trees that he destroyed. Green piece, please. Romania take a pretty nice 2-for-1 trade, taking out the Tusk and the Beastmaster both. Problem is that they're not killing the heroes that matter. They have to be killing off the Gyrocopter and the Wind Ranger, ideally both. But these two heroes are just getting so out of control. Now Mantis style up on the Gyrocopter, interesting one. S and Y dissembled, so I guess he already had the Asha. Nothing huge to protect himself from, the exception being that amplified damage from the Slaughter. Worth trying to protect yourself from, but not really sure if I like this over a Butterfly. I mean, hell, he still has 3,000 gold. He can get both. I mean, who am I kidding? This guy is loaded with cash. This dude is wealthy. And Wind Ranger's no slouch either. She has Ultimate Orb of her own. That one should be a Sheep Stick? I'm not really sure if this is the build for 5. Like, I can understand the justification for the Gyrocopter's build. I'm pretty sure it's not a Mantis style for 5. Lincoln Sphere is actually terrible in this game, so don't get that. I have Scotty, maybe? Because Wind Ranger needs stats? Not really. I don't know, I guess the health is kind of nice. Makes you feel a lot more comfortable pushing up the high ground, but either way, she might not even have time to complete that item because it's time to push. It's time for Illusionist to look for initiation. Lands a really nice 2-man crush. Problem is, there's follow-up, but now here comes Tiny. Avalanche toss. Well, they do crater the Disruptor first. However, 5 with the BKB, Krilly as well, doing so much damage, especially with the Walrus Punch onto Keanu. He is graved up. For a little while longer, he will live, but not for long. Raise Van dropping very low as well. And he's going to get picked off, and Synergy is dropping super low. Mascari is going to Timber Chain out, but to what end? He's going to go right into a Roar. Great crush again from Illusionist, but they're just not locking down the right heroes at this point. Krilly's still alive, will get 100-0 by the time he's forced to buy back with the Darkseer as well, but 5 in the backline is firing off so many shots, and there's not much they can do about it. They'll beat down the Tusk, they'll run through the wall. Synergy's going to blink in, looking for Eris Loco. Blink is going to dodge the vacuum. Now here comes Krilly, back from dead, is going to run right into Keanu, gets thrown up into the air, but he's in a 1v3 scenario. 5 is going to get jumped upon by Mascari, needs a good angle, but doesn't have enough mana to actually keep fighting. He will fall in the end. Krilly gonna try to pick off Synergy with the Ghost Scepter. He's unable to fight anymore. Keanu's now right on his ass. Toss up. Rocket Barrage doing a decent amount of damage. Krilly now has to go up against that passive of the Tiny. Craggy Exterior gonna stun Krilly once. Chalkum's gonna miss this time. Timber Chain though from Mascari is gonna help in this chase. Avalanche Toss is gonna kill off the Gyrocopter. Ultra kill for Keanu. Who baby? That's I guess why you get the Sheep Stick on the Wind Ranger so you don't run out of mana. That was a buyback teleport in on the Gyrocopter. That was super expensive, and now it's a 100-second window where Romania, they can just go ahead and push. Now, they only have one hero in position to do so. It's only Mascari up towards top lane. This tower is very weak, granted. But he has to be careful. Blink, Roar, Necro units to be popped, and Mascari can very quickly lose all of his mana. That is something that he has to be scared of. He'll just take down the tower and then back off. Game ain't over yet, guys, but for Sweden, they have a Rax advantage, and Romania, I guess they took down a tier 3. Kind of nice, not enough. This Tiny now is installed Karas. Now is BKB on the way. Wind Ranger had another Shackle Shot there. That would have been, for sure, another kill for her. Probably her survival. Unfortunately, you don't have an infinite mana pool. Sucks to be her, but yeah. Romania make a pretty nice hold. Now they're going to try to crack the high ground up towards top lane. A minute left where the Gyrocopter is not alive. This is a 4v5 scenario here for Team Sweden. They can sacrifice these Raxes. If they lose all their heroes here, they'll be forced to buy out a hell of a lot. And they also did force a lot of Romanian heroes to buy back themselves. So there is that to consider. Mascara getting very far away from his allies. Not going to get jumped just yet. Oh, they jump in for Friggly. They do 100-0 him without even getting any skills off. 5 also taking a lot of damage right now. Turns around for a shackle shot with the BKB up. He's sitting and just trying to focus down Keanu. He's not taking that much damage. Now he will fall with the BKB at the ready. Keanu's still alive, however. He has the grave on himself. Power shot through. Almost going to kill him off. Not quite. Double buybacks, and it seems like for Romania, a successful fight. I don't know what Razvan is trying to do. He's just going to secure the escape from his allies, I guess. Sure. Dazzled down. That forces out 2 buybacks now, pretty much mirroring the 2 buybacks that Romania used. I think it was just 2 to hold their bottom lane. Yeah, Timbersaw and Tiny. We got buybacks actually used by freaking everybody. Never mind. So yeah, game ain't over till it's over. Roshan though is up, and 5 is gonna find, of course, a double damage rune because, you know, that's always how it works. Time to kill off Roche very easily at that. Yeah, this Roshan is so screwed right now. Poor guy. He just wants his Aegis cheese. Unfortunately, those are going to be claimed by most likely 5 and Krilley respectively. Aegis and cheese. Delicious. And Friggly, I mean, as long as he can just stay in the back and get a static storm off, which so far he's been struggling to do, I still don't see Sweden losing this. But if Romania can somehow wrap around every single time, pick off the Disruptor first, get rid of that static storm, then they'll be in a great position to actually come back into this game. Are they actually back in this game? Not quite. Almost. Almost in gold. Not quite there in experience. Shackle shot. 2 hero shackle shot over in the mid lane. They got him. Tiny down, boys. Tiny down. This top lane's a problem for the Swedish side. If anything, it's time to, I think, push top lane. Like, just push it out as far as they can. They have the Aegis. They have the cheese. Last time they waited for the Aegis to have around 2 minutes left of effectiveness, so they're guaranteed to get a heal or a respawn out of it. Don't mind that strategy, although I would like to see them play a little bit more aggressively. Just look for that respawn instead. Still wondering what this Wind Ranger is going to do with this ultimate orb. I guess Sheepstick is probably the build. I don't know how often Wind Rangers pick that up nowadays. Doesn't seem like that's super frequent. Usually it's like, yeah, they have a Daedalus and they need to get an MKB because of like a butterfly on the other end or something like that. Or a Solar Crest. That's still not up on the Dazzle. Probably going to be up next. How sick would a Vlad's be in this game, guys? I hear Vlad's a pretty good item. Pretty sure it's pretty good. Yeah, it's top lane. That's going to be pushed out. Slowly but surely. Don't want to overcommit those flat cannon charges. Super at a premium for Krilley. They come marching down the top lane. And for Friggly, this is actually a pretty decent spot for him to be because this means that he can stay in these trees over here. Or, you know, like way far behind. Assuming no wraparound play for Team Romania, the Disruptor should be at least able to get the Static Storm off. Now, whether or not that's a good one, we'll see. But Romania, it's time to make a defense. It's going to be a hard one. Call down, kill off the vast majority of that creep wave. Now they're straight onto the Raxes. Tiny's still pushing in towards mid. He does have a TP back right now. He's going to start channeling it. But the range Raxes will fall now. Focus fire on the melee Rax. Romania, they got to go like 20 seconds ago. A little bit late now. Can they pick off anyone on the retreat? Lucius going to blink forward to the backline. Finds Eris Loco. Is going to start to sprint out as Keanu jumps right in, however, into a Static Storm. 5's going to get vacuumed back into a wall. Krilley's there as well. BKB's finally come up with the Wind Ranger. She loses her Aegis, but Krilley's not taking any damage in this fight. He's going to turn on the Flat Cannon, just go to town, gets tossed up, still has the cheese, and still has Overwhelm for the Abyss. Will use it onto Keanu. Mascare's finally going to arrive, but Krilley still has the cheese, going to get juiced up right back to full HP. And 5 is still just focus firing everybody down. Snowball in onto Mascare right now. Walrus Punch to lock him down. He has a Timber Chain. He's going to get off to the right-hand side. 5 still following him. Shackle Shot to Illusionist. Not going to do jack, actually, as Mascare is just leading them in a wild goose chase. They have the missile following. They don't know exactly where he went. He's going to teleport out of here. Illusionist gets a really nice crush. Problem is that he's not with his Force Staff right now, so he's gonna get shackled, chain stun, and very quickly dropped. Although, no, they actually do kill off the Tusk instead. Krilli's still alive. Has another Unholy Rage. Is gonna pop the Satanic. Gotta watch out. Mascari botches his Chakram. Krilli's still alive. Satanic now gonna pop off a little bit, but he's gonna fall in the end. As soon as he does jump forward, Iron Shell onto 2-5. Is looking for a shackle angle. Can't quite find his Mascari. He's gonna give chase with the Chakram, with the chains. They pick out the Beastmaster in the back line. 5 completely swarmed to the heroes. Lands Shack Shot really nicely done onto 2 heroes. Now's where you want to have a Blink Dagger and your Wind Ranger's gonna get punched in the face. And Wind Ranger's gonna fall. She has no buyback, nor does the Gyrocopter. And though they do take Raxes, I think that might have been just a little bit too far for Team Sweden to go, because now the bottom lane's completely exposed. Creep waves are incoming. Romania do not have their heavy pusher though. It's the Tiny. Slaughter doesn't do jack for damage. Timbersaw's damage is not towards buildings. So they might be able to take Raxes here. But still, it's going to be a 2-for-1 Rax exchange overall. Even if these Raxes fall, it's not the end of the world here for Team Sweden. They should just want to let these Raxes fall. No, they're going to buy out on the Beastmaster. Are they going to buy out on the Gyrocopter though? No sense on buying up one hero if it means you're not going to make a defense anyway. Gotta do it. There we go. Gyrocopter going to spend all that cash. Now is, oh, roar onto Mascari. Static Storm not going to be deployed as Frigolite walks right into Illusionist. Has a glimpse, however. He's going to get sheeped up first. He's taking way too much damage, a little bit too far on the front lines. However, he does finally get the Static Storm off onto Mascari. Field is there as well. Mascari is going to get graved up, so he's not going to die just yet. Can he get a Timber Chain out? It seems like no. He'll fall with buyback. Raise Van. Oh, he's going to Glimmer TP. He's spotted, though. Glimpse right back out of it. And he's going to get chopped down by the Beastmaster. It does force out the buybacks on the Beastmaster and the Gyrocopter. For Romania, there is value in and of that. The only problem is that, well, there are 2 Raxes down, and they almost got range Raxes. Almost. Wind Ranger's going to respawn naturally. Still has 4,000 gold. Jesus, Wind Ranger, buy something. Please spend your gold. And Romania, 1 Rax away from being megaed. Still, mega creeps are not necessarily the end of the game directly for them. They do have a pretty big Tiny. You have the Timbersaw. Here's that can hold megas for a little while longer, and if the Team Sweden side suicides for those Raxes, they will have no buyback on Akrilli. What's the buyback looking like for Wind Ranger? Soon she'll have it up. So she'll be able to buy out and mount some sort of response. But this is going to be very dangerous. Romania, they have to win this fight, or if they lose these Raxes, they have to be able to have the Tiny at least alive to push afterwards. The problem is this fight is without a Dazzle, so no positive weave, no negative weave, no weave at all actually. And this Darkseer's wall has to be great. He has a very interesting Darkseer build. It's gone for the F-Blade. Got to get that shotgun. And Team Sweden, they make the correct decision. No sense pushing without an Aegis Cheese. I mean, they did win that fight with the Aegis Cheese before, but mostly because they had it. That's the reason why they want to fight. So just chill and wait for Roshan. Get this Assault Cuirass up on the Gyrocopter. Get this Sheep Stick up on the Wind Ranger. With, of course, buyback in tow. Gotta have that buyback. I don't think I can get anything else that's super useful aside from travels on some of these other heroes. Romania know exactly what's going on. They know the game plan of Team Sweden, because I'm pretty sure they've played this game before. They probably can't do anything to contest Roshan because of how patient Team Sweden can be with it. You get full map vision from the bird, and then take Roshan at their leisure. Wait for top and mid to push in. Invest only 1 hero in there, Gyrocopter or Wind Ranger, or maybe just the 2 of them. Smoke up Romania. This can be really big if they find an angle right now. They're going to find Krilli, who just bought back. Stack Storm, though, going to be deployed. Krilli gets BKB up. Has Satanic available. Is going to overwhelm Kiano and just start with the flat cannon. Is going to also use that call down onto Mascari, who is graved up right now. So they focus fire damage, and he's going to fall. 5's left full HP. They land a really nice vacuum wall from Synergy, but he's all alone right now. He's going to shotgun a creep or something. That's not going to do jack. Surge out. He's trying to book it. However, gets shackled to a tree. And now another grave is available. Buyback from the Timbersaw. They're going to try to go for Krilli, who has no buyback. Has Satanic active, but it's going to run out. He's going to get crushed down. He's dead. And 5, well, he's still alive. He has to stay alive. He's going to try to back off and help out in this kill versus the Tiny. There's no focus fire, however. Mascari is going to ride. Throws out another Chakram. Kiano is taking so much damage. Another Trush onto Illusionist. They're going to try to go straight for Frigolite. Not going to happen just yet. They will see him. They will bring him down. And Mascari going to blink forward. 4-5. Stuck in the Chakram. Timber Chain through. 5's going to have to leave super quickly, but he can't. Gets Yule's up into a crush. 5's down with buyback granted. And now Eris Loco He has a TP. He's going to have to get back. This is a big chance for Team Romania to actually win this game. They're going to go straight down the bottom lane. Range Rax is for sure going to fall. Melee Rax is likely to fall as well. There's no buyback on the Gyrocopter. The Darkseer is tasked with defending his base. As mid lane and top lane not looking too great here. 5 going to buy out. Eris Loco has Aurora, is not going to use it just yet. Uses on Masquerade, but 5's already sheeped up. And a nice static storm. Masquerade though again. Going to get graved up. Snowball now in onto the Yule's Slaughter. Not going to do that much. Walls punch the Masquerade. Just bought back Masquerade. He needs to survive this if they're actually going to win this game. And it looks like he will slip away in the end. Steph style, he will not. He'll fall. 5 now sheeped up, vacuum back into a toss. Eris Loco, Friggly, and 5 all dropping super low, but they land a really nice shackle shot. Not going to help them enough. However, blink in. Back from Steph style. Snowball through onto a whole bunch of heroes. The 5 is gonna fall. No more damage output here from Team Sweden. Eris Loco gonna blend down with Masquerade. Steph style is gonna die as well. Is that it? I think Romania just won this game. I have no idea what to think anymore except for don't fight without Aegis and Cheese, Team Sweden. I guess that's it. Don't do anything but that. Because they have no one to hold this anymore. That's just it. Oh man, that fight on the bottom lane, not what they wanted. They thought that they were being safe enough, but man were they wrong. What they had to do was just chill in this area until Roshan came up, grab the Roshan, then go for the GG push. But instead they lose a fight with no Gyrocopter, and just like that, it's GG for Team Romania, an hour-long game. I guess they technically had, I'm pretty sure, a golden experience advantage from reading that broken graph correctly. But after an hour, it is going to be Romania to win game 1. In the best of 3, barely. I would not call that a convincing game. I would say it's more a mistake from Sweden than Team Romania pulling out something huge at the end. But hey, a win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get there. Guys, since this is a best of 3, we're going to be right back for game 2, Team Romania and Team Sweden from the ProDota National Cup. I'm Mikelorus. It's been a pleasure casting this game, and I'll be right back for game 2 in just a little bit.